If all life shares the same 7 characteristics, how different can it all be? So this information is coming from a whole unit in the book, and so you don't need to read in detail all these chapters from the book, but just briefly glance over it if you're interested in learning more detail. The goals for this module is for learners to be able to recognize the diversity of life, identify traits that differentiate living organisms, define the major divisions of life, recognize how living organisms impact your life and society. So, we're going to start by discussing prokaryotic domains, then we'll spend some time talking about protists, plants, and fungi, and end with a discussion of animals. Even though all living organisms share those same 7 characteristics we talked about in Module 1, there is great diversity in life. As biologists, we try to organize the diversity of life in meaningful ways. This field of biology is known as systematics or taxonomy. So looking at the relatedness of life, there are 3 major groups, and they are known as the domains. There's domain bacteria, domain archaea, and domain eukarya. And this is our phylogenetic tree of life. So those 3 domains are bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. Now it turns out that all life is made of cells, and there are 2 general categories of cells. First, we have the prokaryotic cells, which are smaller and simpler, and they make up the simplest of organisms. Eukaryotic cells are larger and more complex. So domains bacteria and archaea are made up of organisms composed of these prokaryotic cells, whereas the organisms in eukarya are all made of eukaryotic cells. So looking at some of these representative organisms, bacteria and archaea, they are prokaryotic, the smaller, simpler cell type, whereas eukaryotic organisms include all plants and animals and fungi and protists as well. So we're going to start by discussing these prokaryotic domains, domain bacteria and domain archaea. Now bacteria are abundant in all areas of the earth, even on the surface of and within the human body. In fact, within the area of the human body, there are more non-human cells than there are human cells. It's just that prokaryotic cells are significantly smaller than eukaryotic ones. Now, archaea are often found in extreme environments. Environments such as high heat or high salinity, environments in which other organisms are not able to survive. So for this reason, archaea are often referred to as extremophiles. Now, most people think about bacteria causing disease. And some are pathogenic or disease-causing. But there are many bacteria which are helpful and beneficial as well. One of the main jobs of our immune system is to prevent pathogenic organisms from making us sick. At this point, there are no known pathogenic archaea. We will be discussing our immune system in greater detail in a later module. Now, it turns out that bacteria and fungi, which we'll be talking about in a little while, are commonly found in foods from many different human cultures. And so bacterial processing is one particular method of food treatment which is used. From brewing beer and wine to making cheese and yogurt, even producing soy sauce and making bread, microorganisms play a big role in human food processing. Now, it turns out other organisms use bacteria for food processing as well. Cows and termites are dependent on bacteria to digest the tough cellulose, which is a major component of their diets. Animals don't really have the enzymes they need to break down cellulose, but certain types of bacteria do. So that covers our discussion of the prokaryotic domains. In the next video, we'll talk about domain eukarya.